Hi, this is Miss Truax and Thomas, and I'm here today to tell you that you need to read Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. This is the book cover. I'm sorry I didn't have it at home, but I gave it to my niece to read, and she passed it on to one of her friends. I first heard of this book 2 years ago when I was listening to a podcast. The podcast was hosted by 3 adult critics, and they recommended that we read this book. I put it on my to-do list, but didn't jump right out to read it. A year later, a different podcast recommended it as one of the best books that they'd read that year. I decided it was time for me to read it, checked it out from the library, and absolutely devoured it. Now, I'm a person who reads a lot of books. I do. I love to read. And if you're like me and you read a lot of books, you understand that those authors that you absolutely love only come around once every so often. After reading Eleanor and Park, I absolutely wanted more from this author. I went out and got her book Attachments, which is about young adults, 30-ish, 30-somethings. It's a good book. Got Fangirl, which is about freshmen in college. If you like Eleanor and Park, you'll like Fangirl. It's a joy. Her latest book is Landline. In my opinion, Rainbow Rowell can't write books fast enough. Please write more, Rainbow Rowell. Write them fast. Eleanor and Park is the story of Eleanor and Park. They're both high school students, and I can't really go into detail about what happens because the surprise is part of why this book is so wonderful. I think this is an important book for people to read because what happens to Eleanor and Park is the same thing that happens to so many kids every day. Eleanor is a misfit. Well, so is Park. Park passes off as being more mainstream, popular kid. Eleanor is very clearly a misfit, but she holds herself with such dignity, and Park sees her for who she is. He sees past the weird clothes and the strange hair and all the things that she's trying but can't help, and sees her for her. And I think that's the kind of story that we need more of. This is a book for girls to read. This is a book for boys to read. This is a book that can be enjoyed by anybody of any age. Yes, the main characters are high school kids, but that doesn't mean that it's a kid's book. It's an every person book, and it's fantastic. So I highly, highly, highly recommend Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Thomas, do you recommend it? Thomas? Yeah? Okay, that's a yes.